Episode number 35, Hotel Commander. When I was 12, my brother Gary had just graduated from Harvard and would soon be joining the Army to fulfill his military duty that all American young men had at the time. While at college, he was a part-time waiter at the Hotel Commander just outside Harvard Square. That hotel was a high-class, expensive one with an excellent restaurant. It was decided that I would get what was then called working papers so I could get a busboy job at the hotel. Today, that is called signing up for Social Security. The child labor law was if you were younger than 14, you couldn't work. Gary went with me to the Social Security office, and I lied about my age so I could go to work. I got my working papers and soon went with Gary to the hotel's office to fill out the forms and formally got hired. I was tall and maybe looked 14. 58 years later, in collecting Social Security retirement checks and Medicare, along with other insurance for medical care, that age difference subterfuge sometimes gives me trouble. The Social Security Administration thinks I am actually 2 years older than I am. My lifetime experience with government agencies informs me, however, that if I do anything to fix it, it will cost me money, time, and trouble. When I worked at the Commander, I was able to try many foods I had never eaten before, like grapefruit juice, cheesecake, pomegranates, and crepes. The first week that I worked at the hotel, Gary introduced me to the chef, the cooks, the maitre d', the manager, the other waiters, and busboys. He warned me that the waiters were supposed to share their tips with busboys, but constantly cheated. He told me to watch the waiters and stand up for my share of the tip money. He also told me to avoid the chef because he had a very bad temper. There was one waiter that Gary told me was queer and warned me to beware of him. He liked young boys. On Gary's final day on the job, he brought me over to this homosexual waiter. He said, "Bob, this is my little brother. I promise you, if I find out that you have been after him or done anything bad to him, I will come back and cut your pecker off." Very clear language indeed. I had no trouble with Bob that whole summer. Having siblings is so much better than being an only child, but having a great older brother is the best. Thank you for viewing or listening to my podcast episode. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, and if you so choose, I ask you to send a good review and perhaps refer friends who might be interested in this podcast series. Again, my thanks.